Good evening, and welcome to the second act.
Please take note of the following.
The first act of our show dealt with the delicate realms of parenting, parties, and opera rage.
This, our second act, deals with the tender subjects such as
Racism, heterosexuals, and odd German words.
Therefore,
In order to protect you from any potential discomfort, we are creating a safety zone.
For your own safety,
Please remain behind the yellow tape at all times. Maestro, if you please.
Watching a vegetarian being told she just ate chicken. Or watching a frat boy realize just what he put his dick in. Being on an elevator when somebody shouts, "Hold the door!" No! Schadenfreude! Screw you, fella, that's what stairs are for. How about straight students getting B's, X's getting STDs, waking dormant from their naps, watching tourists reading maps, football players getting tackled, CEOs getting shackled, watching actors never reach the ending of their Oscar speech. Schadenfreude! 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 The world needs people like you and me who've been knocked around by fate. 'Cause when people see us, they don't want to be us, and that makes them feel great. We provide a vital service to society, you and me. Schadenfreude, making the world a better place, making the world a better place, making the world a better place to be. SCHADENFREUDE. Ah!
that's what the color spectrum is.
yeah, I kind of knew that already.
Say, I was wondering, are you related to Kermit the Frog?
What? You mean just because I'm green?
Well, yeah.
Oh, sure, all green people are related. Shrek is my cousin, and the Hulk is my half-brother.
Really?
No, sheesh. Don't you think that's just a little bit racist? There are lots of green people in the world, and we don't all look alike, you know.
Well, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just wondering.
I guess it's true what they say about blue people.
What do they say about blue people?
They're really not all that bright.
But there's powder blue, and that's really bright, and there... Wait a minute. That was a racist remark.
Oh, I didn't mean anything by it.
Well, I tell you one thing, I'm glad I'm not.
Oh, you don't have to say it. I'm just glad I'm not orange.
Yeah, it sucks to be orange.
Whoops.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm just great. Didn't you hear? Orange is the new pink.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Hey, it's okay. It's hip to be an ugly color.
Orange isn't an ugly color.
That's not what we meant.
Spoken like a true primary color.
I am not a primary color.
Well, you sure act like one.
What's a primary color?
Well, don't you think that remark was just a little bit racist?
You're a little bit racist.
Well, you're a little bit too.
I guess we're all a little bit racist,
Admitting it is not an easy thing to do.
but I guess it's true.
Between me and you, I think.
Everyone's a little bit racist sometimes. Doesn't mean we go around committing hate crimes. Look around and you will find no one's really colorblind. Maybe it's a fact we all should face. Everyone makes judgments based on race. Everyone's a little bit racist today. So everyone's a little bit racist, okay. Ethnic jokes might be uncouth, but you laugh because they're based on truth. Don't take them as personal attacks. Everyone enjoys them, so relax. You're a little bit racist. Well, you're a little bit too. We're all a little bit racist. I think that I would have to agree with you. I'm glad you do. It's sad but true. Everyone's a little bit racist. All right, all right, all right, all right. Bigotry has never been exclusively white. If we all could just admit that we are racist a little bit, even though we all know that it's wrong, maybe it would help us get along. Everyone's a little bit racist, it's true. But everyone is just about as racist as you. If we all could just admit that we are racist a little bit, and everyone stop being so PC, maybe we could live it. Maybe we could live it. Maybe we could live in Here's a song for all you straight guys, sitting staring at the floor. What's the matter? Don't you like the show? Ain't you never seen a queer before? Here's a song for all you straight guys, convinced
jump your bones. Believe it or not, most straight guys aren't that hot. Your family jewels aren't such precious stones. Hey guys, you'd be surprised. All the different ways we're just the same. Hey guys, if you look us in the eyes, chances are you won't burst into flame. Oh, here's a handy tip, you randy straight guys, wearing sweatpants stained with Gatorade. Take our advice, put on something nice, you'll stand a greater chance of getting laid. Now pay attention, you distracted straight guys, the ones who jostle legs or jingle coins. Every now and then, just be your girlfriend's friend. Try listening with your ears and not your loins. Hey guys, perhaps you've wondered why we almost know the kinds of things we do. Well guys, we grew a little wise, spending years pretending we were you. Oh, so here's a toast to all you straight guys. Let's raise a friendly glass into the air. We'd be filled with pride with you walking by our side. Just promise, please, you'll trim your nostril hair. We apologize. We can tend to be wise guys. It's a sly disguise most gay guys like to wear. We appreciate you straight guys everywhere.
And now welcome back to our stage, Judith Martin. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. Madam, Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. She has dined with you once before, but she found the whole thing such a crashing bore. Madam, Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today.
Dear Miss Manners, I'm always very good about sending letters of thanks for all occasions. However, recently we attended a gathering at a friend's house and it wasn't too great. The association was awful, even offensive at times. The food was mediocre. We had to wait outside of the gated community for someone to let us in. All in all, a bad experience. My question is, I always send such warm, heartful thank you notes. However, I don't want to lie. It was awful. There was nothing good about the night except our departure. Is it rude to send a note that just says, thanks, and then sign it? Was nothing good, gentle reader? Not even the intentions of your friends? It's not because Miss Manners lacks sympathy for your plight or doubts that you had a horrid evening, but she's just prompting you to see this in a better light. She only lacks sympathy for your letting the host know through your curtness what a flop he produced.
Miss Otis invites with a tasteful RSVP. La 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 la, Madam. Miss Otis invites with a tasteful RSVP. La 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 la. If it seems that's a fact you've missed, you may find yourself crossed off her social list. Miss Otis invites with a tasteful RSVP. La 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 la.
Dear Miss Manners, through the years I have become very angry at people who don't respond to my invitations or respond at the last minute. Even when given an RSVP date, they often don't let you know by that date. However, recently I've realized that I quite honestly feel hurt when they don't call me upon receiving the invitation, and that might be my little hang-up. But it would be nice to know what is the truly correct way to handle this. Oh, why don't we just redefine all basic manners as some kind of neurosis? And Miss Manners will go take a nap. Probably in the river. The way to handle an unanswered invitation is to telephone and inquire, did you get my invitation? I hope we can expect you for dinner on Saturday. You don't need to say this too warmly because you did that before and your previous warmth when issuing an invitation was ignored. The long-run way to handle people who never answer invitations is to be righteously angry for them for being rude to you and to drop them from your invitation list.
Miss Otis assumes her invitees possess great tact. La 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 la, Madam. Miss Otis assumes her invitees possess great tact. La 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 la.
Dear Miss Manners, when an invitation to a party is received, is it proper or improper to call other people and ask them if they received an invitation? Gentle reader, Miss Manners is charitable enough to assume that your intention is to offer them a ride. Rather than to brag that you received an invitation that they did not, or to talk over the invitation and decide whether it is worth accepting. Nevertheless, the effect would be the same. So the answer is no.
see those who are sent home trounced, should they ever deign to show up unannounced.
Dear Miss Manners, how do you deal with people who invite themselves? Gentle reader, by apologizing profusely for being unable to let them in.
Her invitees possess great talent. Argumentative, the marriage topic has turned out. Holy crap, what's all the hubbub about? You think it all would pass? Who cares who's in your bed? Folks just want to get wet. Marry me a little, love me just enough, cry but not too often, play but not too rough, keep a tender distance, so we'll both be free, that's the way it ought to be. I'm ready, marry me a little, do it with a will, make a feuding man's I'm able to fulfill. Want me more than others, not exclusively, that's the way it ought to be. I'm ready now.
Dear Miss Manners, if you were invited to go walking with your spouse for exercise, is it rude for him to wear a portable radio with a headset while you're accompanying him?
In the interests of marital harmony, you might try talking yourself into the idea that it's so flattering that he wants to go walking with you that you can overlook his making sure that it doesn't involve talking with you. That instead of shutting out your voice, he's supplying romantic music with which to contemplate the happiness of having you at his side. Good luck to you. Personally, Miss Manners could never manage it.
Dear Miss Manners, I've been married to my lovely wife for 8 years now, and we celebrate our anniversaries in grand style. I commemorate significant anniversaries with jewelry and a romantic dinner. Now, we are both working professionals, and I was wondering if it is appropriate for me to want to receive anything in return of a non-physical nature.
Did you really have to add that at the end? Miss Manners was about to give you a stirring and yet touching speech about reciprocity in marriage in the hope of persuading your wife to find a jeweler who also carries cufflinks. But after you mentioned the notion of physical acts as reciprocation for jewels, she was no longer in the mood.
love be just enough, warm and sweet and easy, just the simple stuff. Keep a tender distance, so we'll both be free. That's the way it ought to be. I'm ready, marry me a little, body, heart, and soul, passionate as hell, but always in control. Want me first and foremost, keep me company, that's the way it ought to be. I'm ready now.
Dear Miss Manners, when referring to the relationship between two men, what is the most proper term to use? Lover seems to imply that the basis of a relationship is sex. Friend doesn't work.
Yeah, we're more than just friends.
Boyfriends doesn't sound permanent enough.
Partner draws puzzled looks. Significant other nobody seems to like.
We are not spouses. Domestic partner sounds like roommates.
Which we're not.
And this is the old ball and chain Brad.
Stupid.
Oh, here we go again. The terminology of couplehood has been driving Miss Manners crazy for years. It's true that we seem to have finally settled on partner to describe the parties to an unmarried living arrangement, but not without years and years of trying out icky alternatives, such as significant other and postle-Q, which is the government's idea of a catchy phrase for saying people of opposite sex sharing living quarters. Partner is not a great choice, as one has law partners or business partners or dance partners that one wouldn't dream of going home with. But at least it's pronounceable. So spouse, husband, or wife for both, but just no new words, please.
Dear Miss Manners, if things go well, gays will be able to legally marry in the next 2 to 30 years. Could you offer a title that will not offend anyone and at the same time not devalue our relationship?
I know that coming up with the meaning of life may be easier, but would you please try?
Well, you're engaged. Phew. Miss Manners is relieved, and not only because she believes that all true love should culminate in the respectability of florists, guest lists, and engravers. The main reason is that she's been wrestling with that question of nomenclature for unwed couples of whatever combination, and she finally just stopped, exhausted. However, there is a standard term, fiancé, for people who plan to marry, whether or not they succeed. Most people misspell that too. It's commonly spelled as finance. But heck, it's better than postle-Q.
How gently we'll talk. Oh, how softly we'll tread. All the stings, the ugly things we'll keep unsaid. We'll build a good of love
There's a fine, fine line between a lover and a friend. There's a fine, fine line between reality and pretend.
And you never know till you reach the top if it was worth the uphill climb. But there's a fine, fine line between love and a waste of time.
There's a fine, fine line between a fairy tale and a lie. There's a fine, fine line between your wonderful and goodbye.
And if someone doesn't love you back, it isn't such a crime. But there's a fine, fine line between love and a waste of your time.
I don't have the time to waste on you anymore. I don't think you even know what you're looking for. For my own sanity, I've got to close the door and walk away.
There's a fine, fine line between together and not. And there's a fine, fine line between what you wanted and what you got.
You gotta go after the things you want while you're still in your prime. There's a fine, fine line between love
And a waste of time.
Well, you should have received a magazine from us a few weeks back with a brand new title, Flying House Magazine. And I'm sure some of you scratched your head or threw it out, didn't know what it was. So we'd like to just talk about that very briefly tonight to let you know that we've sort of decided after 25 years to change the look of our organization a bit and also the name of our corporate structure. And here to tell you about that is our new Director of Marketing and PR, Maria Lamarca Anderson. Please welcome her.
Well, actually, I have the microphone so I can talk about anything I want. You know, I would love to tell you more about our journey to Flying House Productions, but instead I'll just encourage you to read about it in pages 5 through 7 of your program. I do want to tell you that we are all very excited about having a brand that truly embodies and embraces our collective creative spirit. I want to thank all of you who took part in our research because really your input helped us to make our choice. Now, we changed our name, but at our core, we continue to be the same chorus you have known and loved over the years. The Seattle Men's Chorus now ending its 26th year, and the Seattle Women's Chorus just entering our 3rd. We are committed to making beautiful music and creating exceptional performances where, as one of you so succinctly put it, we laugh together, we cry together, and we celebrate together. We are also dedicated to our mission, which continues to be to entertain, enlighten, unify, and heal our audience and members using the power of words and music to recognize the value of gay and straight people and their relationships. And it has never been more important than now to share that mission. While we have traveled around the world, it is the music that we sing here in Washington and communities outside of Seattle that hold the most meaning for us. Just this season alone, we are singing in Aberdeen, Bellingham, Boise, Bremerton, Ellensburg, Everett, Kirkland, La Conner, Marysville, Olympia, Port Townsend, Spokane, Tacoma, and Yakima. You know, there are few things more powerful than going into a community, singing on stage where there is fear and intolerance, and then returning a year or two later to find acceptance, and in some cases, inclusion. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is more powerful than changing a life, which, thanks to all your support, we continue to do each and every time we sing. And here to share a very recent and all too real example is chorus member Stephen Roselius. Stephen?
Thank you, Maria. Last month, in a small town not too far away from here, a 17-year-old young man swallowed a handful of pills in what was fortunately an unsuccessful attempt at suicide. It seems he just wasn't able to come to grips with the possibility that he might be gay. And in this small town, there was no support system that was designed to address issues like that. Well, he was rescued, he was taken to the hospital, and he made a full recovery. Not long afterwards, he came to one of our performances. And afterwards, he said it was the first time that he'd ever been around a group of gay men in a happy environment that was filled with love and friendship. And for the first time ever, he realized that it was okay to be gay. And when I heard this story, I came back and I shared it with my fellow chorus members. And I said, guys, if you ever wonder whether it's all worth it, all the hard work that we do, all the long hours that we put in, all the endless travel, just ask that 17-year-old who's finally found a reason to live.
All
letter from my baby today, my baby so far away. The letter he wrote me was no surprise, and this is what my baby had to say.
My baby, this is what my baby
He said,
I'm gonna find me a new man, honey, one that's gonna love me true. Love me true.
He said,
I don't wanna see you no more, 'cause I ain't in love with you. No, 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 no.
now I'm not sorry to see you go. I don't think I'm even going to cry. Your letter was the last straw, baby, and here's the reason why. You've got a lot of bad grammar, baby. That's a habit I just can't forgive. You use a lot of bad grammar, baby. If there's one thing I hate, it's a double negative.
Every time we go out, you open your mouth and insert your big old foot. You say, where we going to, or where'd you get that at?
That's the kind of a language up with which I shall not put.
With which you shall not put.
Got a lot of bad grammar, baby. I'm begging you on my knees. If you can't learn to use good grammar, baby, at least stop abusing innocent apostrophes.
I before E, except after C, or when it rhymes with neighbor or way. I think you think, he, she, it thinks, the past tense of lie is lay.
Baby, your letter really broke my heart. I mean, look what you've done to the Queen's English. One that's gonna love me true? I think you mean one who's going to love me true. And true should really be an adverb, seeing as it modifies love, which is a verb and not a noun in this case. But you know, baby, I'm not sorry to see you go. I'm going to find myself a future perfect lover. And he'll be the direct object of my affection. I'm going to find a guy that I've had in mind. He won't have to be slender or young. He may not be quite as correct as me, but at least he won't tie knots in the mother tongue.
Mother tongue.
Shut your mouth. Bad grammar, baby. I'll send this letter back to you.